All right. 53. For the dwelling on a single circumstance is often a considerable effect, a clear illustration and exhibition of matters to the eye of the audience, almost as if they were transacted before them. This has wonderful influence in giving a representation of any affair, both to illustrate what is represented and to amplify it, so that the point which we amplify may appear to the audience to be really as great as the powers of our language can represent it. Opposed to this is rapid transition over a thing, which may often be practiced. There is also signification that more is to be understood than you have expressed, distinct and concise brevity and extenuation, and what borders upon this, ridicule, not very different from that which was the object of Caesar's instructions, and digression from the subject, and when ought to be happy and elegant. Wait. And when gratification, the and digression from the subject, and when gratification has thus been afforded, the return to the subject ought to be happy and elegant. Proposition of what you are about to say, transition from what has been said, and retrogression. There is repetition, apt conclusion of reasoning, exaggeration, or surpassing of the truth for the sake of amplification or diminution. I can't say that word. Diminution, interrogation, and akin to this, as it were, consultation or seeming inquiry, followed by the delivery of your own opinion, and dissimulation, the humor of saying one thing and signifying another, which steals into the minds of men in a peculiar manner, and which is extremely pleasing when it is well managed, not in a vehement strain of language, but in a conversational style. Also doubt and distribution and correction of yourself, either before or after you have said a thing, or when you repel anything from yourself. There is also premonition with regard to what you are going to prove. There is the transference of blame to another person. There is communication or consultation, as it were, with the audience before whom you are speaking. Imitation of manners or character, either with names or persons or without, which is a great ornament to a speech and adapted to conciliate the feelings even in the utmost degree, and often also to rouse them. The introduction of fictitious characters, the most heightened figure of exaggeration. There is description falling into a willful mistake, excitement of the audience to cheerfulness, anticipation, comparison, and example to figures which have a very great effect, division, interruption, contention, suppression, commendation, a certain freedom and even uncontrolledness of language for the purpose of exaggeration, anger, reproach, promise, deprecation, beseeching, slight deviation from your intended course, but not like digression, which I mentioned before, expurgation, conciliation, attack, wishing, excretion. Such are the figures with which thoughts give luster to a speech. 54. Of words themselves, as of arms, there is a sort of threatening and attack for use, and also a management for grace. For the reiteration of words has sometimes a peculiar force and sometimes elegance, as well as the variation or deflection of a word from its common signification, and the frequent repetition of the same word in the beginning and reoccurrence to it at the end of a period. Forcible emphasis on the same words, conjunction, adjunction, progression, a sort of distinction as to some word often used, the recall of a word, the use of words also which end similarly or have similar cadences, or which balance one another, or which correspond to one another. There is also a certain gradation, a conversion, an elegant exaggeration of the sense of words. There is antithesis, what is that word? Ascendanton, declination, reprehension, exclamation, diminution, the use of the same word in different cases, the referring of what is derived from many particulars to each particular singly, reasoning subservient to your proposition, and reasoning suited to the order of distribution, concession, and again, another kind of doubt, the introduction of something unexpected, enumeration, another correction, division, continuation, interruption, imagery, answering your own questions, immutation, disjunction, order, relation, digression, and circumscription. These are the figures and others like these, or there may even be more which adorn language by peculiarities in thought or structure of style.